Let's face it, we all have toilets.
Hello, welcome everyone to our presentation for today. This is Team TAZA and it's about TAZA Smart Toilet. We'll look at what TAZA can offer to you and how we are getting our product to the market. Next slide, please. So this is a sample of the TAZA Smart Toilet that we have. TAZA is about a smart toilet. It's a startup company that has been incorporated in Canada, and we intend introducing smart toilets into Canada. The goal of the company is to give the target market a sense of not just what they want, but also what they need. Next slide, please. So the agenda for today, we'll look at the company summary, we'll look at the problem and the solution that we are preferring to fix the problems. We'll look at the customer segments which we rely on to form our data and then send our product to the market. We'll look at the UVP, channels to customer. Our revenue and cost structures are also looked at. And then the key metrics and the milestones while getting our product to the market is also looked at. We'll look at the team structure and then the equity schedule as we have it to obviously we'll start making profit to divide the profits. And then we'll look at how we have used technology in the startup. So for the company overview, this is our tagline. TAZA is about you. We value you with TAZA. I'll hand over to Aisha to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Roddy. So for the problems, we have immigrants, we have cold weather, and coronavirus. Immigrants. So Canada is a destination for thousands of immigrants. As per the discussion at Cora, people have stated that they find it problematic to shift from a procedure they follow in their home country to clean themselves after using the toilet. For example, Indian citizens are the maximum immigrants of Canada. In India, the toilet seats are bidets already installed in them. As it relates to cold weather, the extremely cold weather of Canada in winter is due to its location. The cold weather makes everything here freezing. Going to the toilet in winters is a difficult task. Coronavirus, which is the most talked about for the last 2 years. The most important thing during this time is sanitization and hygiene. However, people sometimes become careless and lazy to look after themselves after using the toilet, or the children even forgot to flush after use. Solutions. So our smart toilet is a toilet that can interact with its users by remote control access. With the control of a remote, you can flush, spray, sanitize, and dry without even touching the toilet. This helps to maintain a high level of sanitization for its user. Our smart toilet also have additional features where you can add music and so on for relaxation. And now I'm over to Danica.
Thank you, Aisha. So moving over to customer segments, there are 4 primary segmentation types that the team will make use of in order to cater to its target market. These customer segments are the following. So we have demographic, psychographic, geographic, and behavioral. First customer segment to dive into would be demographics. Based on a survey conducted, out of the 35 responses, 17 were female and 18 were male. Maximum of those at 63% lie in the 21 to 30 age group, followed by 31 to 64. Since people in these categories may have changing needs over time, the team have decided to choose the range of 25 to 64 years old as a good starting point in terms of demographics. For household size, majority of the respondents, 53.8%, answered 2 to 3 people. For TAZA, these are customers who have a lot of spending power and have a lot of disposable income. So when we're looking to replace the toilets they have in their homes, who might look for extra comfort, extra luxury, extra automations, especially with toilets. So next up is psychographic. How often do customers renovate their bathrooms? Since Canada is a country where people who own homes and those renting are almost in equal proportion, there is a difference of just 10% between both categories based on a survey. As per the results, it has been shown that those who live in their own homes have more autonomy to change their toilets based on their preferences as opposed to those in rental properties. Approximately 35% have renovated their washrooms every 5 years, which comprises the majority of the responses received. Frequency of toilet usage is another story. 57.1% mentioned that they go to the washroom 3 or more times daily. Since going to the toilet more than one time on a daily basis can be a routine, the area should be of priority when it comes to aesthetics, smell, and comfort. For other uses of the toilet, aside from the usual normal reasons for using it, around 43% of the respondents stated that they enjoy the relaxation and alone time in washrooms. So based on this, the selling point would be incorporating heated seats and auto sanitization for that comfortable experience. And lastly, although dependent on several factors such as purchasing behavior, lifestyle, and past experiences with smart toilets, behavior is fundamentally based on those factors surrounding its target market and the key factors that influence their purchasing decisions. TAZA has considered all the income level of target market, with those with budget concerns may customize their toilet based on their needs and priorities, and those with better purchasing power can order premium luxury toilets, add on features as needed. Moving over to Roddy for UVP.
Yes, so there are lots of smart toilets on the market. We would admit that. If you go to Costco, you find them. If you go to Lowe's, you find them over there. They are all over the place, Home Depot and stuff. But what makes TAZA unique is that we want to build a smart toilet with features you want and need. Smart toilet has certain features. For example, there are sanitizing features, there are deodorizing features, there are heating features, there are music features, and there are self-flashing features. You sell all these features to a customer and they end up not using all of them. So our goal at TAZA is that you get to select the features that you want, and then we will build the toilet to your specification, and then we'll ship it out for you. So that's our UVP over there. I'll hand over to Osman to continue with this next slide.
So we will be talking about the channels of customers. The first channel will be building contractors. The initial traffic will be through the word of mouth from building contractors. TAZA plans to build and utilize lasting relationships with building contractors. These contractors are often hired by clients for renovations to their homes, and clients trust their product recommendations. According to an article published in a civil engineering journal, contractors are always looking for building contracts and looking to outbid one another. Therefore, they are always looking out for the most durable and sustainable products. The next one will be trade shows. TAZA will have a presence at technology trade shows. As such, we should expect to meet potential early adopters who may be technology enthusiasts. The majority of attendees at these trade shows usually expect exciting new intersections of technology and modern day objects. According to the changing environment of exhibitions, 99% of marketers mentioned that trade shows offer a unique opportunity not available through other mediums. The third one will be SEOs. Our ultimate long-term strategy involves maintaining a strong presence on social media to attract our target audience. And SEOs, brands like Ford Motors, Hugo Boss, and PwC have seen an increase in traffic of up to 300% from running successful SEO campaigns. Those are brands that sell different products such as cars, perfumes, and other things. Therefore, and this idea of SEO has been validated by all of them. Our final one will be utilizing social media. The group survey showed that over 54% of respondents prefer social media or some combination of social media with other forms of advertising. Social media was overwhelmingly the most preferred form of advertising compared to other forms. According to Forbes, the buying behavior of millennials, 18 to 30 social media and influencers they follow. The next slide will be by Sophia.
Thanks, Osman. So next, I will introduce the revenue projection. Our revenue comes from two streams. One is the sales we achieved in home improvement stores and contracts with home builders. We call it indirect sales. Another source is the sales achieved online. As customers buy toilets through our website, we will recognize the direct sales. Here are revenue projections for the first 3 months and revenue from year 1 to year 5. During the first quarter, we estimate 73,000 sales monthly. By the end of year 1, the estimated revenue will reach over 874,000, and this number is assumed to be over 1.2 million in year 5. We considered 5 factors in revenue projection. The first factor is the number of households in target market. In our target market, Manitoba and Ontario, we retrieved the number of households that earn over 100,000 each year, and the size of this group is over 2.9 million households. This number will grow by 1.5% annually, indicated by Canada Mortgage and Housing Corp. The next factor is the house ownership ratio. We believe some home renters have concerns about replacing bathroom products due to leasing agreement. So we used the 41% of home ownership rate we observed in market survey to target only those who have no limitation in upgrading toilets. The third factor comes to our mind is the ratio of customers showing interest in TAZA. In our survey, we showed everyone the features and the outlook of our toilets, and we asked everyone whether they would be interested in purchasing such a product. 55% of respondents showed strong interest, so we will approach this group and consider them as initial traffic. From year 3 to year 5, we assume this rate will be over 60% as a result of social media promotion. The next factor we have considered is the market share. We believe the chance of stealing markets from Total and American standards exists, even though it starts from 0.01%. We assume the ratio will be over 0.5% over 5 years. The last factor is the indirect and direct sales percentage and selling price. For direct channels, we charge the every toilets 1,500, and the initial percentage of this direct sales is 18%. As more customers are directed by the online promotion, this 18% is assumed to increase by 1% annually. And for indirect channels, we charge every toilet $1,000, and it is assumed that 80% of our revenue is achieved in indirect sales. Next, I will pass over to Navpreet.
Next, I'll be talking about cost projection. TAZA's smart toilet cost projection consists of 3 components, which are cost of goods sold, selling expenses, and administrative expenses. The cost of goods sold is comparing to competitor Toto has a COGS ratio of 64.37%, and TAZA will have eventually higher COGS ratio, as TAZA will be importing toilets from Japan and sell them in Canada. The purchasing cost includes shipping cost, which estimates to be 10% of the purchasing cost, and custom clearance fee. Accordingly, the COGS ratio for TAZA will increase. Further, the purchasing cost also includes custom brokerage fees and the custom fee schedule. As per the schedule, the Canadian custom brokerage fee ratio for shipment over 10,000 is 1.25%. And after adding all these facts, the TAZA COGS ratio will reach to 75.62%. Coming over to the selling expenses, they include warehousing costs, manufacturing, and a commission. Online marketing, as company survey shows that 65% of respondents prefer acquiring promotion information from social media platforms. The company will focus marketing resources online, and further trade shows cost and the product liability insurance cost as well. Lastly, the administrative cost considers fixed cost that is triggered by the operation of TAZA's headquarter office. Further, it includes office rent, utilities, salaries, and office equipment depreciation, which leads to total cost to over 1 million in the 5th year. Next, I'll be talking about cash flow projection. So cash flow includes all online orders will be cash sales. because the company will collect payment immediately. And for the credit sales generated through retailers and contractors, TAZA will negotiate a 60-day credit term. Hence, around 1/6 of each year's revenue will become credit sales inflow of the next year. And the cash outflow includes current purchases, previous purchases, and TAZA will strive to negotiate a 60-day payment period with the suppliers to balance the accounts receivables and payables, and which will eventually be 1/6 of each year's purchase represented by COGS will be paid in the next year. Further, the projection involves the warehousing cost, commissions, and marketing. As the brand awareness will increase in the initial years, TAZA will not need to spend as much marketing expenses as the first year. On a yearly basis, since year 2, the company will decrease the monthly marketing budget by $3,000 and follow same for further years. Next, coming on to the trade shows, similar to the decrease of online marketing expense, TAZA will decrease the frequency of trade shows as more customers will have basic knowledge of smart toilets by then. And except for the first 2 years, TAZA will attend trade shows every 3 years. And further cost involves insurance, office rent, and utility basic costs. Coming over to the salary factor, since TAZA's revenue could not afford 8 management members' full-time salary, only the CMO, who has a key role in exploring the market, will hold a full-time position and receive a pay from TAZA, and all others will be granted company shares to compensate for their contribution, which eventually company will achieve positive net cash flow from year 4, which will be again over $100,000. And coming over to the next income statement, TAZA has used Manitoba's corporate income rate of 12% to estimate the income tax, and which eventually doesn't affect much for the first 3 years of the company's losses that the company will be bearing, and the company will achieve break even from year 4. By the end of year 4, TAZA Smart Toilets net income will be around $104,000, and as reflected previously, we will only attend trade shows in every 3 years, involving that expenses in the 5th year. The expenses will increase, which results in less net income as compared to the previous year with the value of $78,000. Next, over to Ashleen.
Thank you, Navpreet. So, talking about key metrics, the team has broken down the milestones which make it easy to track the met, unmet, and overdue goals to get a better insight into the project. However, in the future, the lead conversion rate will be a key metric that will provide information about how many leads have turned into customers. It will be a vital measure in checking the effectiveness of the marketing channel and will generate insight for the sales team to work on. Moreover, sales revenue and website traffic will also perform as indicators of the achievement. This metric is very effective as the fluctuations in the website traffic indicates a lot about the consumer behavior, which helps in identifying new trends and the areas where the company should invest in future. Moving towards the milestones, the team got 177 valid responses on the surveys designed to analyze the target customers. The analysis has given the team a direction to work on. Secondly, the team has contacted Hasanpreet Singh, a website developer, to create a website for TAZA. It will help in increasing its presence in the online world. Third, the team has decided to advertise through social media, website, hoardings, showrooms, in-store advertisements, and business events like trade shows, which are all in process and would be ready before the introduction of TAZA in the market. The team has established a clear marketing mix ranging from selling price, product features, combination, advertisement platform, and traffic to potential leads. With these details decided, the team will have the same information while communicating with the partners and potential customers. The team members have visited different retailers such as the Home Depot, Lowe's, and Costco in Winnipeg. And the team has watched advertisement of competitors to search what selling points existing toilet sellers have created. From here, Mukesh will continue the presentation.
Thank you, Ashley. So I will be presenting about my team. So the planning and the setting of the leads are done by Rodi and Sophia with the help of the whole team. All the accounts and budget and money related issues are looked after our finance experts, Sophia and Napreet. For any business to grow, the most essential thing is marketing is as it generates awareness among people about the product that helps in sales. So this department is led by Danica. The duty of human resources is looked after by Ashley. Aisha is handling the operation department very well, and the supply chain management, distribution channel, import, export, and logistics are important in a business and needs. Care is taken care by Osman. So lastly, satisfying the customer's needs is our ultimate objective. Identifying their needs and selecting the target customers are the basis on which the rest of the decision depends, as it provides the direction which we must work. This is marketing research department that is led by me. Next slide, please. So here are our expert teams that we are having. We are having Timothy Keller. He's having an experience of 10 plus years in accounting and finance. So next, Catherine Carpenter is the expert of marketing. Devi Donato, who has played the role of HR manager for many years, and at present she's helping the students to get their desired jobs. For the expert advice in the supply chain management is looked by Kim Stephens. So Dennis Bagley is all having vast knowledge about the marketing research, so he will be helping us about the research department. So for further assistance, we will also having to some consultancy agencies to help us. So next slide, please. So the pie charts illustrates the initial equity plan of the company. For existing management members, TAZA will offer 6% to 10% shares, and the founder's total share occupies 79% of the ownership. The unassigned 21% share will be issued to new investors when the team seeks external funds for business development. So the next slide will be presented by Danica.
Thank you, Mukesh. So for technology use discussion, TAZA will be importing smart toilets from Japan and ship them directly to Canada. This entails the least amount of investment, especially for the first year of the startup. TAZA will make use of cloud-based software when it comes to operations technology for easier management across all departments. While open source or server might be safer and cheaper, TAZA values practicality in the long run. So for operations technology, we will be dividing it by category under productivity, inventory, finances, marketing, customer service, and learning. Aside from project and task management tools, financial requirements such as invoicing and even marketing campaigns, customer service is also at the forefront of the company's priority to maintain good relationship with customers with open feedback. And finally, learning will never be compromised as TAZA aims to grow and develop further. I'm moving over to Roddy.
Yeah, so what are the lessons learned? It's been a long road, but we are not done yet. We are still on the road. So we realize that we don't need a perfect team. What we need is a committed team, because it's a startup and you need all the efforts and the energy that you can to put in it. So if you don't have that commitment in it, your startup is likely going to fail. You also don't need a perfect product to go to the market. When we started, we did some research. We wanted to add music to it, but later we realized that people don't like music, probably because they take their phones into the washrooms. So we took that out of the features that we put in the smart toilet. Now you have to pay attention to the data. Data is very important. You don't have to do things on a whim. If you pay attention to the data, you look at the marketing research you have, you look at your demographics, you look at your behavioral patterns, that will guide your product very well. And then lastly, a goal without a plan would eventually fail. Yes, so that's it. A goal without a plan is essentially a dream. So you need to work on the goal that you have. You need to work on the dream that you have, and that's what's going to get you where you are supposed to be. Next slide, please. Yes, so that's the end of our presentation. Thank you very much. And these are our contacts over there. And then after this, we also have our references over there, which we can have a look at. And that's where we got the information from to actually produce the work that we've done. Thank you very much. Thank you, my teammate, and thank you, our instructor as well.